Welcome everyone back to another DanMachi Memoria Freese video. My name is D-Free. Here today. We are going to go over a lot of the stuff that is coming out really soon. Huge shout out to the data miners. Huge shout out to Premised over here on my Discord and all of that for getting me this information. But that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some of this stuff here. If you guys are hyped, make sure you do leave a thumbs up. We are about to enter the Attack on Titan crossover. This is going to be so much fun. Of course, it's on both versions of the game, but we always get this stuff in Japanese first. So to begin, we've got all these units and all this. It's going to be a lot of fun. So when we scroll back with all this stuff, we have the Attack on Orario banner. That's amazing. Look at Armin there. Oh, Mikasa. Oh, oof. Here, wait, where's Ice? Hello? Are you serious? Oh, there's a Titan. Eren. He's a... Wait, there's no regular Eren? There's just Levi or Levi. I call him Levi, but anyways. That could be right, but I don't know. Haven't seen season 3, so I forget. Anyways. Maybe there's a... It's probably a free unit. I mean, here we go with the art here. So yeah, there's definitely going to be... There's no way they're doing an Attack on Titan crossover, and there's no regular Eren. So, alright, so we get a 4-star guaranteed. So these are the paid-only banners here. Each one of them has one, it seems. And then there's the one with all of them on it. Man, I got to get this Eyes, man. Hello? I freaking love Eyes. Alright, so we have that. And then we also have the return of this banner. Low-key, this banner's not bad if you... are going to spend the 150 on it. It's not a bad one. I pulled some good stuff from it. It has increased rates, so double chance of pulling 4-star assists. So, anyways, moving on. So we were able to get daily free multis up to 7 times. Hello, what? Once a day, free 11 draw gacha. Oh, this is from season 2. I figured it would be because I mean season 3 is still airing, right? In Japanese anyway. That being said. This is cool. We need to do more. We need to see more of this. This is amazing. Free summons daily is amazing, man. All right. That's hype. So we also have the adventurer and assist pickup gashas there for the Finn and Aina. I might try to dig for that Aina. She was really hard on her initial banner to pull. I could not pull her at all. I pulled her, but it was very hard. Oh, there's Eren. There's the free-to-play Aina. Okay. So we have the tail, Attack on Orario. Limit Break Wings of Freedom Eren. We got a 4-star version, of course. So that's nice to see. Again, these should be time limited, so make sure you get all of them if you can. Try to. At least a copy, right, for collection. So we're going to dig into how good they are in a moment. So we also have the bonds, the heroic trials that are obtainable. So it doesn't look like there's one for the Titan, which, I mean, whatever. And before he's the best card. Collab login bonus. We don't know what that is yet. War Game and Record Busters are coming soon. Here we have the art. Oof. Showing them cheeks. We got Eyes. Oh, man. The Titan. He looks like he just doesn't belong here. The rest of them I can get behind, but Titan Eren just looks like he doesn't belong here. Okay. There's regular Eren there. So 400 paid Iris deal, one time only. 1,600 paid Iris sale. They don't do a lot of these. If you spend money, you're probably waiting for something like this. They don't do a lot of like sales in this game at all, really. So that's nice to see. The best thing they do is maybe do that box, which is arguably, not even worth it, depending on how much you're going to spend anyway, that is. So we have the Armin one, if this wasn't already up there. So we're going to take a look at the characters themselves and what they do. So I'm going to give my opinions. Of course, feel free to disagree. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And at the end of this, listen all the way through. At the end of this, we'll come to a consensus. I'll talk about which one I think is the best. And let me know in the comments down below. So that being said, again, huge shout out to Premise for all the work. You're putting in amazing work, and I appreciate it. All right, so we're going to start off with the Bell. AoE Ultra High Wink Magic, Wind Magic attack with a temporary buff to magic. That's his ultimate. Okay, that's pretty cool. So he's a mage. That's different. We don't really see that with Bell. He has a double S's there, so in agility and in magic. We don't really see a lot of mage-based Bells. Anyways, low AoE, wind magic attack, and self-buff with wind damage by 60% for 4 turns. Self-buff of wind damage for 60% for 4 turns. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn off the music in my ear. Hello, and Android just messaged me. We have low AoE wind magic attack and self buff when damaged by 60% for 4 turns. So that's just a AoE attack, which a lot of times that type of skill is just a single target skill, IIRC. So it's nice to see that it's not. It's a very weak one, but it also buffs his magic going forward. His second skill, a high damage AoE wind magic attack, and debuffs enemies' wind resistance by 20% for 3 turns. Oh my gosh, this guy's going to be a nuke. We don't know what other abilities he has, but he could have some other pretty crazy like skills. You know, when you go down there, maybe he has increased magic damage or something. Mid AoE wind magic attack increases all allies' crit chance by 20% for 3 turns. That guy he's really good actually. He's like, he doesn't seem like crazy, but if you run wind-based teams, which it seems like all these units will probably wind up being in some way, shape, or form, he's almost like a must-have, man. He's too good for the debuffs and the buff that he applies and all that stuff. He's going to do a lot. Anyways, we'll have to look at some of these other characters, see how well he works alongside them. So we have Ai's ultimate is ultra high AoE wind physical attack with a temporary strength. Okay, so she's pretty much going to be the strength version. I can already see it. First skill, low AoE wind physical attack and self buff to wind damage by 60% for 4 turns. Again, she's just the wind version of Belle. High AoE wind physical attack with temporary strength buff for skill 2 instead of the wind resistance debuff. I'd rather have the wind resistance debuff. Now, this is tricky because if you are not familiar with it, the strength buffs characters get do not stack typically, so it's kind of redundant when characters have multiple attacks that just raise their strength because they're not going to, stack like that. If I recall correctly, they can only stack with, they can only have one buff applied and then get the one from the assist. So what they did with these characters is they have a skill that boosts the damage that they do, and then they have another skill or 2 or whatever that boosts their strength. So it's different. So there's 2 different boosts that are applied, so they would stack in that scenario. So that's pretty cool to see. So Ai's is actually going to be doing a lot of damage. She'll probably wind up doing more damage than Belle, but with Belle, she's going to be disgustingly good. So it seems like Belle is just going to be a must-have. If he's the only one that can do wind resistance debuff to all enemies, and it's also not a weak attack either, it's a high attack, he's going to be a must-have. Anyways, moving on. High AoE wind physical attack and enemies receive more damage by 15%. Like the new Hestia that just dropped for 3 turns. She's got that Hestia's assist skill built into her third skill. Yeah, they are going to do so much damage. I'm assuming that you gotta have it to fight the Titan or whatever you're doing in this. They're gonna do so much damage because you're gonna have Belle debuffing and increasing crit chance to his allies, which is gross. Then you're gonna have her doing her own plus 60% and Belle himself doing his own 60%. And then causing the enemy to receive more damage is disgusting. Not to mention assists. They are going to do a ton of damage. This team's going to be so fun, actually, as a theme team, if you can build it all the way through. Mikasa Tsukasa. Ultra high single target dark physical attack with a temporary strength. So we are actually veering out of the wind element. I think they kind of caught wind of, no pun intended, of what I was saying about like if these are all wind characters, that's insane. So that ultimate's a single target one. It looks like everything she does is single target. So they try to push out these units pretty much every batch of units. There's like one unit that comes out that's veered towards being a single target boss killer, and they have these cards have other abilities when you scroll below these skills that tell you what they're good at, like increased crit chance or whatever the thing is. But those types of units are typically really, really, really underappreciated because when you play this game, you're like, well, most of the time you just would rather have the AoE attack, and that's fair because it's better in almost every mode. But when it comes to beating a single boss, or when it comes to playing Record Buster, when it comes to playing anything that you have one target, these units are the best ones in the game because of the extra skills that they have, and she's another one of those. So everything she does is single target. Her first skill, low single target dark physical attack and self buff of 75% strength for 4 turns. Second skill, mid single target dark physical attack and self buff dark damage by 60% for 4 turns. Third skill, high single target, dark physical attack, and removes magic buffs except for assist skills. So she's got the thing that they're doing here where they're boosting strength and boosting damage, like I was talking about earlier too. She's gonna hit like a madman. She's gonna do a ton of damage. Last skill is a solid utility skill. Other than that, I don't really have much to say about it. So we're gonna now take a look at Levi. Ultra high AoE dark physical attack with a temporary strength buff. The skill 1 is low AoE dark physical attack and self buff, dark damage by 75%. And third skill is mid AoE dark physical attack and self buff of strength by 60%. So again, doing the same thing here, 75%. One thing to note though is it appears on these units they're kind of switching it around a little bit. I wonder if they did that with Eyes and Bella, and I didn't notice. Well, I guess maybe, because Eyes doesn't have the same utility as Belle. They have different skills there. But what they did here was, for her first skill, she buffs her strength by 75% for 4 turns. With her second skill, she buffs the dark damage by 60% for 4 turns. Now, with him, he's buffing dark damage by 75% and strength by 60%. They're inversed as opposed to her. Now, also one thing to point out with this damage thing, I don't know if this is going to stack with other units. Like it probably does, to be honest. If this type of ability stacks with other units, that just makes them even better than I initially thought. So that's great to see. But back down here, second skill, mid AoE dark physical attack, strength buff 60%. Third skill, high AoE dark physical attack with a high chance to prevent counter attacks. That's good too. That's particularly good in like heroic trials against bosses, things like that, where the opponent snaps back at you. So that's really good to see. So moving on, we have Armin. He's actually just wait. He's not he is an assist actually. Oh, I didn't even notice that Armin was an assist. Okay, so we have 4 adventurers and the rest are assists. So assist here. Adventurer. Yeah, this is all of them. Assist. Yeah, we have 4 adventurers and 2 assists. And then the Eren, who could be an adventurer. We'll come down to that. I can tell you now. He is. Okay. Anyways, Armin, what do you do? High AoE dark. No, that's definitely not you. Skill. Debuffs all enemies' strength by 15% and increases guard rate by 15% to all allies. The double S in strength. Or is that agility? That is agility. Yeah, it's agility. Debuffing strength is, I think that I don't really know how usable he's going to be. He's good. I don't know how usable he's going to be in this event as it pertains to this event. But just in general, if we are going to have units that boost their strength this much, 60%, 75%, so on and so forth, I think Armin has a lot of value. So you definitely want to pick him up if that's the case, and which, we are. But if we keep pushing out more of these types of units, you're going to need units that can kind of handle that and mitigate that a little bit for you. So let's take a look at the Titan form. 45% chance to stun all enemies once and debuffs all enemies' physical resistance. Oh yeah, and the double S for strength here, the way I was thinking earlier, for Armin. But this is a definitive must-have. It's just a must-have. He's really good. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You need the Titan Eren. You don't need him, but you definitely want to have him. So, moving on, we have the free unit, ultra high AoE wind physical attack with a temporary strength buff. So this is a wind-based physical attacker. So he also has double S in strength. That's cool to see. High AoE wind physical attack, no skill applied, no buff or anything like that. Second skill, self buff of 65% and HP regen by 20% for 4 turns. It sucks that this is a single type skill where he doesn't do any sort of damage, where all the other ones pretty much have that skill but can do damage. But to his defense, he at least picks up a regeneration skill. That's nice to see. Third skill, high single target wind physical attack with a high crit chance. Why is it a single target? Make it AoE. But he does have a couple AoE skills. He's a very solid free-to-play unit. One of the better ones in the game, though. So that's nice to see. All right, so we have rewards for leveling up and max limit breaking Eren. So we have rewards for doing that. This was a stream that they did. I don't know if he has a translation for all of this, but there's some stuff going on. And of course, we'll see more about this whenever we get this translated to English, and this actually comes out, I believe, tomorrow. So yeah, so stuff is actually coming out. There's actually a raid for Familia too. So if you guys haven't joined my Familia, it's called D-Free. Send a request through, and we'll see what we can do. By the way, if you haven't joined my Discord, link is down below. And if you, nah, never mind. You guys have already done that because you already subscribed to this channel. I didn't see any dates here. I'm looking for dates. Because I mean, I assume this stuff's well, it comes out in like a day, if I recall correctly. So, or maybe even tonight, actually. Maybe like even in an hour. I don't know. We'll see. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you all enjoyed. We have some Titan raids that are coming, so we'll see what we can do. It's gonna be really fun, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch all of you guys in the next one.